Breaking weather news. It is raining finally into parts of central and eastern Kentucky. We'll track the drops and the drop in temperatures next.
There may not be enough rain to help firefighters. Wildfires continue to burn in much of eastern Kentucky. You'll find out about some extra help from the air on the way to the fire lines. And the morning rush turns deadly in Lexington. A man crossing the street is hit and killed. You may be surprised by the number of pedestrian deaths so far this year in Lexington.
This is WKYT News at 4.
Welcome to WKYT News at 4. I'm Amber Philpott reporting. Some rain is moving across the region today, but not enough to help firefighters battling wildfires in eastern Kentucky. You can see even the haze from the smoke in the mountains in Breathitt County. And today you can see a little bit of the rain here. Today, Governor Bevin issued a state of emergency to help crews fight the fires. We begin with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey, who's tracking the fire threat.
Yeah, southeastern Kentucky obviously seeing the worst of the wildfires, the brush fires, the forest fires burning out of control over the past couple of days, Amber. They're the last ones to get in on the rain today. So as we go deeper into the evening and into the wee hours of tomorrow morning, better chance for a little rain across southeastern Kentucky. But we warned you it wouldn't be a lot. But hey, it is good to see rain showing up on our live sky cam here at WKYT. And those drops adding up to a little under 1/10 of an inch so far here at the station. And some areas picking up a little more than that. Defender Radar Network, southeastern Kentucky, maybe just a little cause for some hope here. Look at this band of rain as it makes its way into central Kentucky. Notice how the dark greens, the yellows, even a little orange starts to increase, and that is aimed toward the southeastern part of the state over the next 3 or 4 hours. So Harrodsburg, Nicholasville, and into the Richmond area, finally getting in on a drop or two. North side of Lexington, boy, we have not had a whole lot of rain. South side getting in on some heavier amounts, and wouldn't be surprised if folks from Jacobson Park over toward Fayette Mall and the airport, if we don't pick up a quick quarter or three or a third of an inch of rain before all is said and done out there this evening. Still a few more scattered showers to wander by your skyline. Mountain Parkway corridor south of 64, that's where we're going to see the rain beginning to increase just a little bit. And this is the area, by the way, with the smoky skies and a lot of those forest fires that continue to burn out of control. Cold front is right on top of the area. It's not getting that big push of Gulf of Mexico moisture, though. But the future radar, as we go through the evening, showing how the rains may try to fire back up and then work into southeastern Kentucky. So here in the Lexington metro, we're not completely done with the rain. We'll see another little broken band of some showers and maybe a rumble of thunder trying to develop, Amber, just along the cold front. Now, when I come back in a few minutes, we'll see if we can find any more rain showing up in the 7-day forecast.
Chris, thank you. Right now, there are nearly 40 active wildfires burning in the state. More than 3,800 acres of land have been scorched. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell is about to track the fires today. He has our top story now at 4.
I'm meteorologist Jim Caldwell, set to take off in Sky First. As we are now aware, Governor Matt Bevin has declared a state of emergency due to the ongoing forest fire risk here in the area. It's actually starting to rain a little bit before we take off, but these showers are not going to be enough to really extinguish the fires that are ongoing across parts of southeastern Kentucky, because we are talking about a lot of acreage currently on fire in that area. So we're going to go down and we're going to get an up close and personal view of exactly what's happening in that area, and I'll break all of that down coming up for you tonight at 6 o'clock.
Jim, thank you. Outdoor burn bans have now been issued in 13 Kentucky counties. Fleming County is new to that list. The State Emergency Operations Center has been activated to help monitor and respond to those wildfires. For the third time in 5 days, a pedestrian has died after being hit by a car in Lexington. This morning, 26-year-old Dylan Hahn died after he was hit while walking on Richmond Road near North Eagle Creek. It happened around 7. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is tracking the investigation.
26-year-old Dylan Hahn is the 8th pedestrian hit and killed here in Lexington this year. Investigators are still working to figure out what exactly led to the deadly collision out here along Richmond Road this morning. Lexington police say around 7 o'clock this morning, Hahn was attempting to cross Richmond Road in between Squires Road and Eagle Creek, an area where there is not a crosswalk for pedestrians. Police say a woman was driving outbound on Richmond Road when she hit the 26-year-old. Hahn was rushed to UK Hospital where he later died. This is the 4th crash involving a pedestrian in Lexington since Saturday. Hahn, the 8th pedestrian killed this year. Lexington police say this is the second most in a year since 1996, which is as far back as police data for pedestrian collisions goes. The only year with more fatalities was back in 2008, when police say 10 pedestrians were killed. We are told at this point the driver involved is not facing any charges. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Lexington police say there are crosswalks at each of the intersections near the area where Hahn was hit. A scare for workers at a Lexington business today. The Family Dollar on Waller Avenue was robbed at gunpoint just before noon. Police tell us a man walked in, pulled a gun on the clerk, demanded money, and ran out when he got the cash. Police are working to get surveillance video from the store. The business closed after that robbery. We're working on a number of other stories for you on WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick joins us now from the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Hello, Sam.
Good afternoon, Amber. 3 men who pled guilty to a deadly Clark County shooting were sentenced to prison today. Christopher Robinson, Aaron Staley, and Lamont Wilkerson admitted to their roles in the 2014 shooting death of Amber Cottle. She died just days before Christmas. She was hit by a stray bullet that was fired inside an apartment above hers. Robinson pled guilty to murder, Staley and Wilkerson to complicity to murder. A fourth person is also charged in the case. Find out how long the men will serve in prison ahead on WKYT News at 5:30. A Tates Creek High School student accused of bringing a loaded gun to school went in front of a judge today. School officials say the teenager told them he needed the gun for protection outside of school. During his arraignment today, a judge entered a not guilty plea for Lamar Sanford and released him into the custody of his father. He will have to wear an electronic monitor. On WKYT News coming up at 5, we talk to people in Sanford's neighborhood who are not surprised teenagers are carrying guns. A Woodford County teenager was excited about starting high school this year, but that all changed when he was stuffed in a locker by his classmates.
It was one student that actually put him in the locker, but it was several students that videoed the incident.
That video was posted to social media. The teenager has epilepsy. He was in the locker for 30 minutes before school officials were able to get him out. At 4:30, we'll hear from the teenager's mother, who says she wants to help other victims of bullying. That's a look at some of the news in progress. Amber, back to you.
Sam, thank you. Now to some stories making headlines across the nation at 4. With just 5 days to go until the election, polls show the presidential race is coming down to the wire. The candidates are pulling out the stops with big names and big money in the final days of the campaign. Diane Gallagher has the latest on the race for the White House.
Big names, big money, little time left.
5 more days. 5 more days.
It's coming down to the wire, and Hillary Clinton is maintaining her election edge over a late-surging Donald Trump. The CNN poll of polls, which averages the 5 most recent national polls, shows her leading 46-42. Now, surrogates for both candidates are out in full force, crisscrossing the country. Melania Trump, who until today hadn't delivered a campaign speech since the Republican National Convention, made a rare solo appearance speaking to voters in Pennsylvania.
This man I know so well, Donald Trump, with your help and God's grace, will make America great again.
But the plan to catch up or pull away at the last minute is an expensive one. Cue the multi-million-dollar closing arguments. Clinton's camp ramped up its spending to roughly $32 million in the final week alone, inundating battleground states and beyond with ads like this one.
Because all it takes is one wrong move.
I would bomb the shit out of him.
Just one.
But Trump is getting in on the big spin, too, dropping around $20 million on spots airing this week.
Don't let her fail us again.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
And while Clinton may be the Cubs fan, both candidates had skin in Game 7. World Series watchers got a side of politics with their baseball Wednesday night, with each campaign running 3 ads during the primetime broadcast. In Washington, I'm Diane Gallagher.
Donald Trump is campaigning in Florida today. Hillary Clinton is holding rallies in North Carolina. He calls them a ticking time bomb. The first lawsuit has been filed against Samsung over smartphone fires. In 3 minutes, find out what the attorney wants from Samsung. And you're probably part of the club. Facebook reaches a record number of users. So why isn't the social media giant celebrating?
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Welcome back in. Samsung is slapped with the first class action lawsuit over its faulty smartphones. That begins today's Money Watch. A law firm in California is representing several people who claim their cell phones caught fire. The lawsuit cites the Galaxy Note 5, which has been recalled, but also cites the S6 and S7 models as being dangerous as well.
Samsung provided no warnings or disclosures to consumers that this was even a possibility, and consumers should not have to live in fear that they're walking around with a ticking time bomb in their pocket.
The class action lawsuit is seeking a recall of several devices as well as reimbursement. There have been 2 incidents in Kentucky with Samsung smartphones. A phone that started smoking forced a Southwest Airlines plane in Louisville to be evacuated, and a Nicholasville man says his replacement phone caught fire, sending him to the hospital. Landlords are cutting rents across the country, it seems. A new report by the real estate website Trulia found that in more than 40 cities, at least 10% of listings saw price cuts. That's even in hot spots like San Francisco, San Jose, and Denver. Trulia points out that the country's median listing rent is still rising. Talk about high expectations. Facebook says its revenue soared by more than 50% in the last quarter, and profit tripled, mostly because of mobile advertising. And yet Facebook shares fell on the news. That's because Facebook says the pace of growth isn't sustainable. Facebook also says that for the first time, more than 1 billion people use the social media network every single day. Uber overhauled its app. It is the company's biggest redesign since 2012. The new design is meant to be less confusing, with shortcuts to request frequent destinations. However, warnings about surge pricing still are not very visible. And today is National Sandwich Day, and because of that, you can get great deals on sandwiches today. At Subway, buy 1 sub and a drink and get 1 sub free. Arby's is giving away roast beef classics when you sign up for email deals. And at Burger King, get 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $4.
He's been around the country music world for a while now, but enjoys working on his farm the most. When we return here on WKYT, we're catching up with Trace Atkins in Nashville.
Hey, the colder weather catching up with us across central and eastern Kentucky. We'll talk about a seasonal brand of air, and we're tracking some rain in a moment. Stay here.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Well, we promised a big chill down from 24 hours ago. Mother Nature bringing it, although you got to keep in mind, a chill down from the 80s doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get just downright chilly. Although temperatures are upwards of 16 degrees colder than at this same point yesterday, as that chillier air begins to work on in from the northwest. Currently into the low and mid 60s across parts of north central Kentucky, still 70 plus across southern and eastern Kentucky. We're just ahead of that front. Your numbers will drop as we get in on some rain, and we've picked up a little rain here at the station. Less than an inch, less than 1/10 of an inch, I should say. Yeah, way less than an inch for most areas. And that rain continues to work its way toward the south and southeast. Though, watch for another band of showers and thunderstorms to pop here across the Covington, Cincinnati area and then drop toward the south. So this isn't the only game in town. We're getting in on those rains now across the Danville area. Harrodsburg, good evening. You've picked up on some nice rain so far. Stanford, you can smell the rain here into Lincoln County. It's working in from the north. Lancaster, right on top of the Richmond area. Winchester, downtown Richmond, a little wet for that evening commute. And if you're traveling right now, another thing you got to keep in mind, a lot of leaves are down on the road. Those leaves get wet and can get slippery, believe it or not. So slow down, take it easy. Watch for some hydroplaning. A lot of oil buildup, too, on the roads from the lack of rain recently. South side of Lexington picking up on some gusty showers south of 64, south of Mount Sterling, Clay City, into the Stanton area, Mountain Parkway. And this is an area that needs the rain. This is the area where we have the brush fires, the forest fires that continue to burn out of control. So we're going to get in on a couple of bands of rain to work through there this evening. Fingers crossed it'll be enough to help things out. Now, coming in behind that front tomorrow is a whole lot of November awesomeness. 45 in the morning, upper 50s as we go into the afternoon. Quick drop as the sun sets tomorrow evening. Much different feel for the next couple of days. This is nothing that is out of the ordinary. It's a seasonal chill of air that will be with us as we go into tomorrow and through the upcoming weekend. Hour by hour forecast, picking up on those showers this evening exiting southeastern Kentucky later tonight. Watch what happens, though, tomorrow. First half of the day, we're going to fight some clouds. You're going to see a mix of sun and clouds pretty much all afternoon long, with temperatures ranging from the mid-50s to the low 60s the farther south that we go. Then a quick drop in your Friday evening temperatures. When you have dry air in place, the sun sets, look out. Those numbers drop quickly. A little frost out there Saturday morning with 30s, mid-50s by noontime on Saturday. Numbers for Saturday afternoon, at least on the computer models, are down just a little bit with a lot of upper 50s and low 60s. And then look at that, Wildcat fans, heading out to Commonwealth Stadium. It's going to be in the 40s for most of the game. We gain an hour of sleep out there this weekend. Election Day. Still can't shake a late-day shower threat. A little better shot late Wednesday and Thursday. Let's check on live drive traffic on a wet road. Here's Officer Don.
Well, police are working a situation involving a pedestrian at Bryan Station in Anniston. They're on the scene right now, and they're blocking traffic as needed. So that's going to cause some issues this afternoon there. Drive times to Nicholasville still less than 15 minutes. No major problems to Versailles so far. We'll keep an eye on I-75. It looks good for now. How about you in the studio?
Officer Don, thank you. It was a big night last night for country music. The 50th Annual Country Music Association Awards put some of music's biggest names on full display. Deanne Stevens takes us out and about for a conversation with some of the night's biggest stars.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are here in Nashville, CMA week. It has been a very busy week, not just for us, but these guys, especially. Trace Atkins is with us, and I said, Kenny, our photographer, had to lift those sticks a little. I guess you're used to that?
I lift a lot of sticks.
And you do that, too. It's not just country music you're playing.
That's what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, burning brush. So
Is that right? I guess it's that time of year, getting some things done?
Yeah, we finished our tour up first week October, so I've been working ever since then on the farm, trying to catch up.
I know you love playing country music, but I also know enough about you to know that that's kind of where your heart is, the farm and what you're doing out there.
Well, it's therapeutic, you know. I need that I need tangible results from stuff that I do, you know. Like today, I'll do interviews, and then at the end of the day, it'll be like, what do I have to show for that? And I can't look back and see that I did a good job.
Yeah.
So I need to, you know, it's good for me. It's therapeutic.
You can look back over the years, though, and your career in country music and see that you've done a great job and you've made an impact. And that's really what this week has been all about, the 50th anniversary of the CMA's Country Music Awards. Talk a bit about that and your place in country music.
Well, I'm celebrating 20 years. Our first single came out in April of '96, so this was 20 years for me. So that's 2 decades, and I'm grateful to still be around. Whether or not I'm relevant, I don't know. But
you're relevant, honey. I'll just tell you.
To still be around is you know, I'm blessed. And you know, this week, I mean, the 50th anniversary of the CMAs. I mean, you can think back to some of those iconic, legendary moments, you know, and I don't even think about the performances. I think about, you know, the acceptance speeches and things, you know, Charlie Rich and Chris Christopherson and just Johnny Cash and all those, you know, moments. It's just historical stuff. That's what I think about.
Well, so many memories and so many more memories to be made. Very cool that you stopped off to see us today. Trace Atkins, thanks so much, and happy CMA week from Nashville. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
You may have seen it on grocery store shelves and wonder what it is. In 3 minutes on WKYT News at 4, we'll introduce you to ancient grains and tell you why it's making a comeback. And why doctors say it may be better for teenagers to start their school day later rather than earlier. Tomorrow night's Mega Millions jackpot is $47 million, and Saturday night's Powerball jackpot is $217 million. It is time now for better living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. Ancient grains are making a comeback in a big way. It is one of the fastest growing modern food trends. The grains are loaded with protein and nutrients, but what exactly are they and how do you use them? Weijia Zhang shows us.
We are making a Tuscan farro and bean salad.
Not long ago, Erin Flannery Keith had never even heard of farro, but these days she cooks with it several times a week.
1 cup of farro to 2 cups of water.
Farro is one of the ancient grains. They haven't been modified over the last several hundred years, so they're packed with more nutrients than other grains.
A lot of them are higher in protein than wheat. They also have a lot of different vitamins and minerals. Certain ones are a good source of iron, vitamin C, calcium, magnesium.
Quinoa is credited with starting the ancient grain craze, but registered dietitian Alyssa Rumsey says others like farro, teff, millet, and freekeh are now popping up on restaurant menus and in products on store shelves. And many are gluten-free, making them easier to digest.
You can incorporate ancient grains much the same way that you use rice or pasta. You can also bulk up stew or soup recipes with the grains as well. Some of them do really well going in salads too.
Erin says the grains are easy to prepare and tasty. Good nutrition is her top priority after being diagnosed with melanoma a year and a half ago.
I've noticed higher energy levels. I feel satisfied. I feel like I've fed my body something healthy and whole.
She hopes reaching back to our agricultural past will protect her future health. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Washington.
Experts say some ancient grains can take a little longer to cook than other grains. Health experts say nearly 90% of American children eat too much salt, well in excess of dietary guidelines. A study looked at the eating habits of more than 2,000 children. Researchers say a preference for salty foods developed early in life, and it continues on into adulthood, putting them at greater risk for cardiovascular problems. And doctors blame daytime sleepiness and a tendency to stay up late on teens being out of sync with school schedules. Researchers say their findings support starting school later in the day to better match teens' natural body clock patterns. All right, here's what we're working on for you now on WKYT News at 4:30.